So the first lesson we should talk about is to be hard on yourself with your best trades, and I want to do so with a story about a recent Gene trade that we actually made on Friday. We were watching this 880 level on our longer term charts in Gene, and the day before I actually got up from my seat, went into our video room and produced a video that said, hey, if Gene gets below 880, this is going to be a really big trade opportunity to the downside. We put that video out to the public on Thursday at about 3 p.m. We put it out on our blog, and I put it out on Yahoo Finance at The Trading Coach. And I said, look, if Gene gets below 880, there's a huge short opportunity. After I put that video out, we started to actually watch the way that Gene was trading in Australia. Gene is an ADR, which means it primarily trades in Australia. And we stuck around on that Thursday after I did that video and watched the way Gene opened in Australia and noticed that it was indicating in the pre-market that it was actually going to start trading below that 880 level. So, Australia opens at about 6 o'clock our time, Eastern time, but just before that we could start to see some indications. As the night wore on, I was here until 8 o'clock, which is the amount of time we can actually trade here on our markets. And I posted again that the price and volume and percent change of Gene in the first 40 minutes was actually trading even lower than that. And, so we put out the video, hey, if this gets below 880, this is a really, really big short opportunity on Thursday. And on Friday, we come in and it opens up below that 880, pops up towards that 880 level and holds it right on the penny. It never trades above 880. Then it holds below 880. So just as we were preparing our traders on our desk and as we shared with the trading community in my video, the stock held below that 880 level like we were really looking for, and we put on a very significant short position. And as you can see from the chart, Gene finished at the low of the day. And so, look, this was a really, really terrific trade for us. It was, this Friday was probably one of the biggest trading days, well north of 6 figures that we've had since, probably since Baba's IPO. And, guys put up very, very big numbers. One of the things that I did that Friday night was write an email to our guys. I said, look, very nice job, one of our better days at the firm. Absolutely enjoy yourself, enjoy your Friday night, enjoy the trade. But also, how could you have been 50% bigger? Now, all right, you had one of your better days. All right, as a firm, we had one of our better days. How could you individually have been bigger? Where could you have been bigger responsibly? Not just bigger, but bigger responsibly. How can you find more trades like that? And I challenged them to think about, while this was a very, very good day, that this wasn't going to be the best day, and that there are better days ahead. But there aren't going to be better days ahead unless they start to think about how they could have been bigger, how they could have been bigger responsibly. So you don't just sort of say, hey, instead of shorting 15,000 shares at 880, I would have shorted 50,000 shares. That's not very realistic. You can make incremental progress as a trader. And you also have to think about, hey, if I would have been bigger, where would have been my realistic stops? Not just I would have got bigger here, but I would have been bigger here and my stops would have been here. And then equally as important, well, how do you replicate these trades? You know, we just made a huge chop. Chop means profitable. We just made this very, very profitable trade. Well, what are the variables about that trade that we can deconstruct and find more of them? And so I always think traders are too hard on themselves when they lose money. And look, if you sit on a trading desk, you'll hear lots of swear words when they get wicked out of a particular position. But I think the lesson that we want to draw from this gene trade is to be hard on yourself with your best trades. How could you have been bigger? How do you make more trades like that? So lesson number one, when you have a really great trade and it really, really works, enjoy it, but there's a lot of work to do. How could you have been bigger? How do you make more trades like this?